What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And in today's episode, this is 100% a recommendation from you guys from the last reaction I did, which is the Factory SCP-001. And man, hopefully what you guys were telling me weren't cap. Like you guys were saying, if you guys haven't seen that reaction, go check it out. But in that reaction, it was the introduction, at least for me, of the fairies, which got erased from existence from when, you know, the O5 Council obliterated them after 12 of them got resurrected. So you guys were telling me this one's mainly going to be about the fairies and maybe some other stuff with the Factory. So I am definitely hyped to dive deep and see what all the fuss is about, because I'm really intrigued, because literally looking at the surface level, I wouldn't have guessed that. It was like there's Bugs Bunny on the thumbnail. So like, not even a fairy, but we shall see, because this is SCP-4000 Taboo. So yeah, I do not know what to expect besides what I just told you. I don't know how the bunny is going to, you know, incorporate with what I know so far about this SCP, if that is the case, but we shall see today. So with that all out the way, if you guys are excited for this reaction, please remember to smash that like button if you enjoy the reaction, and also remember to smash the sub button and join the family if not already part of it. I make reactions like this daily for you guys, so you'll always get your fix of SCP heat, and so you won't miss an upload. Remember to smash that notification button along the way. I'm telling you, YouTube doesn't plug me sometimes. Literally, it does not be promoting videos even if you're sub. So remember to smash that bell so you know exactly when I'm dropping some more heat. So with all the way, remember, shout out to TheRubber for bringing this animation for us to react to today. I'm really excited to dive deep. So without any further ado, let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-4000 Taboo. Let's get it.
Viewer discretion is advised. A strong breeze moves through the house. Neither of them speaks for half a minute. The rabbit man grunts and then places a hand to its head, as if it were in pain. Dr. Jappers places his hand against the teapot.
Smash against his head?
I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you SCP Foundation Keter Class Object SCP-4000. SCP-4000, also known as Taboo, is a forest world with numerous anomalous creatures. When mentioning anything about SCP-4000, any person, place, or thing inside it, one may not use names or titles to describe them. Instead, one may only use a unique, drawn-out description. For example, the woods where you need to speak carefully, or the glen of stolen names.
What?
At least one exploration of SCP-4000 needs to take place per year. To enter 4000, subjects need to perform a certain ritual.
Hold on, guys.
SCP-4000 fully, or the Glen of Stolen Names. At least one exploration of SCP-4000 needs to take place per year.
Okay.
To enter 4000, subjects need to perform a certain ritual. And after completing said ritual, subjects emerge from the opening of a dilapidated brick well fixed into the forest floor.
So this is like a whole world. It's giving me heavy Alice in Wonderland vibes. Am I wrong? Did you guys think about the same thing when you got to this point? Let me know in the comment section below, because this is getting a little trippy.
The only way to reliably traverse the unusual terrain is by walking down a single dirt path. The sole safe road may only be traversed in a single direction, and any attempt by subjects to turn back and return the way they came will result in loss of contact. The only way for a subject to safely exit the woods is by walking its entire length and returning to the place where they began, which happens to be all the way at the opposite end. The anomalous creatures that live in 4000 often undergo changes in physical structure when unobserved, which has made it difficult for researchers to determine the scope of the entities that inhabit the planet.
I bet.
Some are often confused with newer iterations of those previously documented. These creatures claim they have no control over these changes.
Well, you better get that flow out of here.
Dissatisfaction when they occur. Some of the creatures are hostile, but others are trustworthy. If someone uses a consistent name or title for SCP-4000, or any singular person, place, or thing inside it, weird things happen.
Dang, so is that why it's called Taboo? That makes sense, because we can't really say its actual name. Maybe they don't even know the actual name. What the heck? That's kind of cool, though. But it makes sense.
Typically, one might experience hallucinations, or appearances of 4000 creatures in their matter in the real world.
Explains the
There
bunny.
are strict rules that subjects must follow when enter 4000. Among them are a few handpicked rules that all subjects who enter should always remember.
Always? Let's see.
Don't call anything, including yourself, by a consistent name or answer to a consistent name.
Ooh, what will happen?
Politely decline non-physical gifts or attempts to initiate a trade. You may accept food offered to you, but do not consume it yourself.
What?
If a creature appears to require your assistance, consider its appearance before choosing to help.
Oh my god, this is a lot. I'm not even going in this world. I honestly, knowing me, I'm probably going to drop the ball and fuck up one of the rules, and I won't be coming back home. So I'm glad I'm on this SCP's area.
If the entity appears threatening, do whatever is necessary to aid it. If the entity appears attractive,
A mermaid?
harmless, do not approach.
Sirens.
The following is the conversation between Dr. Eugene Jappers and a SCP-4000 creature, known as the Rabbit Man.
Okay.
This conversation was transcribed over the course of several years. In 2005, the first expedition into the forest, Dr. Eugene Jappers had met the gentleman with the leporine visage. Good morning, strange traveler. Good morning. It's nice to see a new face around these parts.
You're going to tell us
How
about
is
the
your
fairies?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't tell you that.
Wow.
I'm merely asking how your name is. My name has smelt of raspberries lately, I think, or snapdragons, perhaps.
Smelt of?
It's so hard to tell these days, but one tries. My apologies. I'm afraid my name has tasted rather tart as of late. No,
Jasper?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Tart?
I shouldn't have pried. It's quite all right. It has been lovely to meet you, but I must be on my way.
This is going pretty well.
Must you, though? My home is close by, and I was hoping to invite you in for tea.
Oh.
I'm terribly sorry.
You got to accept it, but don't drink it.
Unfortunately, I cannot stop at this moment. Perhaps another day. Very well. Until next time,
Or maybe I already
stranger
fucked
whose
up.
name tastes rather tart. 3 years later, Dr. Jappers met with Rabbit Man again during his fourth expedition. Dr. Jappers crests a hill and discovers his hair-like acquaintance tending to a patch of cabbages. Good afternoon, stranger. Except, pardon me, we've met before, haven't we? Good afternoon. I believe so, yes. 3 years ago, if memory serves. I remember now. You ran off in quite a hurry. You are not from here. What woods are you from? I do not come from any woods. Nonsense. Certainly, you have trees where you're from, do you not?
This
We
is
do
really
have trees,
tricky.
but they're very sparse. Most of the land is covered in homes and businesses.
I want to know what will happen to a person that comes into this world and accidentally, messes up. Like, what are the ramifications? I don't think they went in depth with that, unless I'm just, permafried.
Then they are inferior woods, but woods nonetheless. Tell me, how did you get here? I see you have an inquiring mind. I would like to ask you a question, if that's all right. Pardon my lack of manners. I consider myself something of a scholar, you see, and I get a bit excited when I have a chance to learn of forests outside my own. By all means, pose your question.
He's scheming
When
something.
we last met, you said it had become difficult to describe your name. Do you have any theories for why that may be? I can only assume it's because of how long we've been apart. My name and I, that is.
Oh, okay.
It was a good name, a proud name. I'm fairly sure of that.
What?
But by this point, however, it's probably decayed from its former grandeur, if it even still exists.
How does the name decay?
Now, fellow scholar, you must answer my previous question.
Uh-oh.
I came through the old well at the end of the footpath. I am presently perambulating. Oh my, it's been quite some time. I'll be frank, I thought all the old allies had died out. Did your grandfather, or some such relation, have a lover out there? My deepest apologies.
What?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that question. I understand. I'd invite you to my cottage for tea, but I suppose that's not possible for you, is it? Take this and be on your way.
Don't eat
Thank
it.
you very much. Dr.
got that rule
Jappers
right.
later used the cabbage leaf to feed a creature resembling a field mouse.
Look at the mouse outfit. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? The drip. The drip.
Resembling a field mouse, which in turn
Overall.
aided him on his travels.
Yo.
In 2013, Dr. Jappers was sent in again for the 9th time. he hopes to
Damn.
conduct a more
9?
thorough interview with the Rabbit Man. Additionally, Dr. Jappers was granted special permission to make false statements for the sake of facilitating conversation.
Ooh.
During his first encounter, the fluffy one was quite susceptible to deception, and Dr. Jappers wanted to exploit this weakness. This time,
I feel like that might end up not going well. Because it seems like this rabbit dude's scheming something. Like, it seems like he has some up his sleeve. And I wouldn't trust him that much. Like, to just, feel free to just, do what you need to do. But, gotta do what you need to do.
traveling along the way of weary adventure, Dr. Jappers encounters a small white cottage with a thatched roof. A small opening in the shape of a rabbit's head is cut into the front door.
What the heck?
Dr.
Is he the
Jappers
key?
approaches it and knocks.
Oh my god.
Hello? Is anyone home? Yes. 1 minute. Exactly 1 minute passed. The door opened.
Damn, that's weird.
Ah, we meet again. Please, come in, come in.
Oh my goodness.
You have a lovely home. I suppose it was just meant to be temporary, or at least until things cooled down on the other side. But, well, you know. I'm afraid I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you like some help? No. No, no, no. You just have yourself a seat at the table over there while I get the tea ready for us.
Goes with this
You were
tea,
most
boy.
kind. Tell me, could you explain what you meant by cooled down? Your relations didn't tell you the full ready for us. You were most kind. Tell me, could you explain what you meant by cooled down? Your relations didn't tell you the full story, I suppose, about the turmoil that drove us here.
Is this where we're going to get information about the fairies? Oh my god. That's what I've been
Turmoil?
waiting for.
Was
Please.
there a war? My grandparents told me there were wars, but I never knew of one with you and your kind. It doesn't surprise me. There are very few, even in these woods, who still remember. Memory is the burden of the old, I suppose.
Oh! Now it's all clicking! Because in the factory reaction, when the O5 Council got super pissed and wiped out, the fairies, and erased them from all existence, these guys are probably fairies, or they had a shape shift to these creatures, but their real forms are fairies, like descendants of fairies, but we can't say their name because something bad will happen, That's why it's taboo, because they got obliterated. Bro, if that's the case, that's pretty dope. And it took me more than half the video to figure that out. Oh my god.
But yes, when I was a young lad, in a form quite different from the one I possess now, I lived on the other end of the well. It's where I was born. In fact, it's where I grew up. And if I dare to dream, where I will someday return.
Aww.
Why don't you, then? I can't. Not unless I could know for certain that I'd be welcomed back. I'm sure you don't know this, since they keep themselves hidden, but there are those who would destroy me at their first chance.
Devils?
My apologies.
Or the
These are
O5
dark
Council.
memories. I'm sure you don't want to hear about them. No, please go on. These things are of interest to me. I am a fellow scholar, remember? As you wish, fellow scholar.
What's with the close-up of that face, though? Let's see this again.
Remember? As you wish, fellow scholar.
I had to do it, bro.
I shall talk until the tea is cold.
Okay, let's get it.
Much as it grieves me to say it, we were betrayed.
Oh, no.
We had fought side by side, in the war against that factory. We had done nothing but help them. And what did they do?
Side by
They
side?
destroyed us. They took so many of our lives and all of our names.
Wait, what? So they're not the fairies? They fought side by side with the council?
Some of us fled here when the war was just beginning. But not many. Not many. Still, though, I don't hate them. I'm glad for that.
What?
I'd imagine so.
What side were you on?
There are some old fogies around these parts who bear a grudge against the whole species.
Fogies?
But I know you're not all bad. There were many who sheltered us and fought for us. There were even some who died for us. Some came to live here amongst us, rest their souls.
Oh, goodness.
I, myself, courted a human once upon a time. He came to visit a time or two, but I never saw him after that. I still wonder now and again if he fell at the hand of an unkind neighbor.
That dude sounded like
if he
Cain.
merely stopped caring to see me. But it's no matter now. I apologize for prattling on about old flames. Certainly, such things are of no interest to you, fellow scholar. On the contrary,
Yeah.
I'd like to hear more of these stories. The
Please tell
life
me.
of you and your people is of great interest to me. A strong breeze moves through the house.
She's getting cold.
Neither of them speaks for half a minute. The rabbit man grunts and places a hand to its head, as if in pain. Dr. Jappers places his hand against the teapot. It appears the tea has gotten cold.
Oh, wow.
I think it's time for me to leave. What? You're leaving? I should leave too then. No.
What?
I'll be going alone. Thank you. It's
What's wrong with
abrupt,
the rabbit?
yes, and I'm grievously sorry to do this, but I really must be going. I believe I'm long overdue to return home. Stop. What have you done? I don't know who... What happened to my name? I can't. Dr. Jappers quickly
What the
exits the
heck?
house. Rabbit Man whimpers and looks at its hands as he leaves. It does taste rather tart. After the encounter, Dr. Jappers successfully returned to Site-08.
Hold up. Let me
It
hear
was
this
later
one more time.
reported- I can't. I believe I'm long over... It's abrupt. Yeah. I should leave too then. No. I'll be going alone. Thank you. It's abrupt, yes, and I'm grievously sorry to do this, but I really must be going. I believe I'm long overdue to return home. Stop. What have you done? I don't know who... What happened to my name?
What?
I can't. Dr. Jappers quickly exits the house.
Jappers.
Rabbit Man whimpers and looks at its hands as he leaves. It does taste rather tart. After the encounter, Dr. Jappers successfully returned to Site-08.
What the
That
heck?
was later reported missing. Investigations into his disappearance and current whereabouts have been inconclusive. However, the Foundation found some white
Is he the
fur in his
rabbit now?
expedition gear. All right, I know you're now confused and lost, so let me explain it to you.
Okay.
Remember in the beginning, we listed a few rules to follow when someone enters SCP-4000?
Yes.
Well, we emphasized the fact that you can never call anything by a consistent name or answer to a consistent name. But unfortunately, Dr. Jappers referred to himself as a fellow scholar and accepted when the rabbit also referred to him as a fellow scholar, one too many times. After the strong breeze moved through the house, their identities had been swapped.
No wonder. I was figuring about the tart when he was like saying it sounds very tart. I figured that was a rabbit within Japster's body, but I didn't remember. Oh wow. Okay. This was really interesting because I didn't catch the names.
Too many times. After the strong breeze moved through the house, their identities had been swapped. The human who should really be Dr. Jappers is now the Rabbit Man, while the one who later gets up and leaves to come back to our world was previously the Rabbit Man. It's been proven that SCP-4000 is stealing names from people. But who are they really? Why are they trying to steal names? And how did SCP-4000 appear to this world?
Bro.
We will explain all of this in Part 2.
What?
Remember to check out my new animation channel.
Is there a Part 2? I don't even think that Part 2's out yet. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm assuming... Okay, let's think. They could be the fairies because, you know, they got erased from existence and that's why they don't have names anymore. That was probably part of the punishment. They don't even have names, or like they're nobodies. So that's why they have to steal names to actually be back into the world. That can make sense. If it's not, then it must be something I just never seen yet. But bro, this was good. This was good, and this was a really good, interesting way they did this animation along the lines of like laying things down for us to figure things out towards the end. Because I did not catch the fellow scholar moment. I knew I was like missing something, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And I love when animations do that. Gives me that feeling. I really enjoy not being on it all the time. So that was really cool. I liked it a lot. If you guys enjoyed the reaction, please remember to smash that like button like always. And also remember to smash that sub button. I'm telling you guys, more than 50% of you guys, at least 60% of you guys are watching the videos and are not subbing. It really helped the channel grow, especially in the state the channel is in now. It's fairly new. Not even more than 3 months old. So love for you to join the family if you can, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Don't know why you wouldn't want to sub, so I would really appreciate if you smash the sub button and stay plugged for more content if you do enjoy it. And also remember, turn on post notifications so you do not miss an upload. So with that all out the way, fortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one.